Is the passages about food sacrifice to idols really relevant today? That's the question. This is Redeeming Life Q&A. I'm Pastor Bryan. This is where I try to answer the questions that you were asking. And based on a recent sermon coming out of Romans chapter 14, somebody has asked us, hey, is this even really relevant? Do we have food sacrificed to idols? Well, the point in that text wasn't necessarily about food sacrifice to idols. The point was how the stronger, more mature brothers and sisters work with the weaker or immature brothers and sisters, and how conviction works together. Not on the issues that are essential to salvation, but on all those other little issues. But that being said, the question still remains, is this food sacrifice to idols thing even relevant today? And I want to ask you, have you been into a sushi place, an Indian food place, a Chinese food place? I remember being in San Francisco and going into an Indian food place with this huge golden elephant with probably $1,000 stuck on it all over the place. And as people were coming in, they were behaving in certain ways, they were doing certain things as they were going in. And I realized in that moment that indeed there were people that were giving an offering as a blessing that was associated with the food, the preparation of the food, the eating of the food, and all these sorts of things. So maybe you've been into a sushi place or maybe a Chinese restaurant or something. There's a little Buddha statue with coins and things on that statue. That's not just decoration. There is some things to be said about what's happening there. And so, yeah, food sacrificed to idols or food associated with religious things still exists. And in the context of Romans 14, well, there might be people that say, I don't go to restaurants where there's a small Buddha statue. I'm a Christian, and that works against my conscience. And then the text in Romans 14 is sort of applied there on how do we work with other Christians whose conscience in issues that are not essential to salvation might be different than ours. So yes, indeed, the Bible is still very relevant today. If you have a question, you can text us at 385-368-6665 or reach out to us at redeeminglifeutah.org. There's a place to fill out a email form thing, or you can just get in touch with us. We'd love to try to answer your question.